Hello everyone, this is MMA Trusting Prospects podcast. Today our guest is RJ Harris, who will fight on LFA 223, November 21st. Hello RJ, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good, and we will talk about your LFA fight in a second. But you recently you won, I think that quite big fight. It was a fight against Austin Green. It was a first decision of your career, of your pro career. So if you can tell me, how did you feel after this fight and after beating, I think that overall really solid opponent.
Um, after the fight, I was happy I got the win. Um, I wasn't happy with the outcome, with that being my first decision. I don't like to leave it up to the judges. If I can make that happen, I don't like to do that. So, just want to work on things to, kind of improve on that. Like Austin was a big guy, so it's a little different. Coming in that aspect of it with him being pretty much like us being identical size for real. Having to deal with that and kind of get used to it or whatever. Just a bunch of grappling, clinch work the whole time. So something I'm definitely want to work on and get used to breaking away from and throwing strikes and stuff like that.
But probably in some way it can be also a good experience for you because probably it will happen that you will fight for 15 minutes again, and it happened in your third fight. So probably it's also in some ways beneficial for you.
What was that?
That probably it is in some ways beneficial for you that you fought for 15 minutes because it's probably will not be the last time to fight in like a decision fight.
Yeah, it was nice to know that if I needed to go the full fight, I can. You know what I mean? Just a lot of fights. I've had one fight before that go to the third round. I end up finishing the fight in the third. And then, so I've never actually went the full distance, but I have gone. I mean, in my amateur career, that was the fight that went into the third round. But up until then, it was always either the first or second round that the fight was over. So going the full distance, getting used to it, and knowing that I can, and I got what it takes to go the whole fight if need be. So it was definitely good to experience it.
And what I really like in your pro career that you fought against actually in the three fights you fought against two really good fighters because like Charlie Cleveland is like also he was undefeated. He's also the prospect and you finish him. Then you fought against Austin and you won a decision. And right now you will fight against Alex Marro in LFA debut. So probably I think that he will he shouldn't be like the tougher opponent than previous two.
Um, I mean, it's really hard to tell. I mean, yeah, Charlie, he was a really good guy. He was on I think like 6 fight win streak. You know what I mean, from amateur to pro, and then Austin, 5-1 when I faced him. Um, Two really good opponents. You know what I mean, not taking nothing from them. And Alex, I haven't really watched much actually when Matt made his LFA debut. Matt Adams when he made his debut with LFA, him and Alex was actually who he fought, and I was in the corner of that and Matt's corner there in that fight. So I got to watch him in person and stuff like that. And he's not bad, I'm not going to take nothing from the guy. He's not bad at all. So hopefully it's a good fight. I feel pretty good about it, confident.
And it will be your fourth fight this year. And next year, do you want also to be as active as this year?
Yeah, that's really my overall goal. I mean, when I wanted to turn pro at the end of last year and couldn't get nothing lined up, and I ended up getting something lined up for March of this year at the beginning of the year. And I was like, oh, I'd like to turn pro. I'd like to get 4 fights in. I know just having sometimes it's a struggle to get matched up every now and then. So having having 4 fights to play is pretty good. I mean, you break the year down what I mean, in quarters is 3 months, and you're fighting once every 3 months, and then I mean you got 4 fights locked in. So that's um really what I like to do is just stay active. I tend to get lazy if I ain't got nothing coming up. So as long as I got something coming up, I stay pretty in shape.
And I think that it's also good for you because the heavyweight division and of course UFC heavyweight division always needs new faces. And definitely when you will be like 4-0 in the end of this year and you will pick a few more, I think that it should be not much of the question that your place should be there because the heavyweight division is not deep. They need good prospects, and I think that you are definitely one of the fighters who should be there in 1 year on or like 2 years max.
Yeah, I mean that is like one of the overall goals is to make it to the UFC. So hopefully with the fights I've taken and what if I do get this fight and end up 4-0 and I mean I win this fight and end up 4-0 that I kind of do pop up on their radar as someone that they'd like to see compete in the UFC. So hopefully that all works out well.
And what inspired you to pursue this kind of career, unusual career?
Uh, so like I mean I took my first I did like a West Virginia Tough Man contest and I was just like my cousin signed up was like, hey man, do this with me, and I was like, that's not really my thing. And Tough Man, it's a boxing. It's just like a 1 minute rounds, like boxing style thing. Like it's fun. It's a blast. I love doing it. I met a lot of really cool people, and I won the first one I signed up for, and then I was going to be done, and then I ended up signing up. My wife signed me up for another one. I ended up winning that one. Well, after I won that one, my friend of mine hit me up and was like, "Hey man, I've been training at this gym, and he's like, come, you gotta come check us out." And it's the gym I train at now, Sprawling and Brawling. Like, but he's like, hey, come check us out or whatever. And so I went and checked him out. He's like, let's get you a fight lined up. So we got the fight, and I I ended up finishing that fight in 9 seconds in the first round. And then my second fight kind of just happened. There was another guy at the time I fought super heavy, but there's another guy there. He was like 3-0, and he come up and he was like, hey, we doing this? And I was just like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're doing this. We're gonna make it happen. And so I got my second fight lined up, and I kind of fell in love with the whole competing thing again. Like I missed it. I used to wrestle in school, so like that one-on-one, like who's better. Like I like that style of competition. So then when I got into this and I got that drive and that feeling and the love for it again, and I was like, yeah, I love doing it. Changed my life for real. That's all I pretty much do anymore is just think about fighting and stuff like that, training, just staying active, staying healthy.
And of course, in MMA, you can use other tools than in only in boxing because you have a lot of like few submissions in your career. You are quite good in taking people on the ground. So I think that it's like perfect sport for you. Definitely better than only boxing.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about MMA the most is the versatility of how to finish fights. Like in boxing, you're just standing and punching. You know what I mean? Looking better, flashy, all that. And MMA, I like, if you punch me and I don't like it, we're probably gonna go to the ground. If I punch you and you don't like it, we're probably gonna go to the ground. You know what I'm saying? So there's multiple ways to win a fight or finish a fight. And hopefully for the outcome to be however you want it to be, like with whatever. So you can go out there game plan like, hey, I'm gonna wrestle this fight, or I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna stand with this guy, and if I don't like it, then we can go to the ground. I can work on submission, the ground and pound, and not just trying to be flashy and move around and land punches.
And with LFA, is it like the longer contract or the only like for one fight?
I actually signed a 3 fight deal with them, so this will be the first of three.
LFA can give you good exposure because it's of course promotion which is available on Fight Pass. So definitely a really good place to be.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm happy about that. Like I said, I've been to a couple of their events before, and I like the way everything was like just from like the aspect of watching it. Like the first time I went, I was just there watching the fights, and then the second time I went, I was actually in Matt's corner then. So just kind of seeing a little behind the scenes stuff, like on the fighter side, and also like seeing the part of it from just like a spectator side. Um, and the way everything's ran and stuff like that, it seems like it's put together really well, and it's a really good company, like promotion, I should say. It's a really good promotion, just from what I've seen and stuff like that, and the exposure they get, like, what I mean, it's kind of it's a lot for real compared to what I've been getting now and stuff like that. So it's definitely something to look forward to.
Do you have a favorite like heavyweight from the UFC?
Uh, I don't know. I like watching it. You know what I'm saying? I like watching like what I like to kind of look at as like potential competition. You know, is just like people that's fighting and stuff like that. I wouldn't say I really have a favorite if I break it down to each individual fighter because I mean everyone's got like their own way and stuff like that. And I just really, it's cool to just see everyone doing it. It's, you know what I mean? Like in there doing it, working, grinding, and like knowing what it takes to get there and stuff like that. Like obviously a lot more going into it and stuff like that than just fighting and stuff, you know what I mean? But like kind of for myself in general, just knowing like the backside of everything that no one sees that you go through and deal with on just a daily basis of it all. But it's just mad props to watching it, you know what I mean? Like these guys, I look at it like that's where they're at and that's where I want to be. So I just like watching them.
Before your fights, do you feel like maybe stress, maybe pressure with the like knowledge that you will fight against another heavyweight?
Um, Oh, I mean, there's always that little a puncher's chance, you know what I'm saying? With fighting heavyweight, everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone hits harder than heavyweight. You got all that weight coming behind a punch, and a clean one's going to land, it's going to hurt. Like so, there's always that little bit of thought in my mind that like like all it takes is one. Like don't get caught slipping, don't be lazy. Like you know what I'm saying? So there definitely is a little nervous feeling from it. It's just because it just takes that one shot. You know what I mean? I have one knockout that I was on the receiving end of, and it was just that one shot that landed and finished the fight. So,
Okay, RJ, so many thanks for the time and for conversation. I hope that you will win your next fight, that we can see you in LFA a few more times, and next year will be like the breakthrough year for you.
yeah, hopefully, man, I appreciate it and everything. I mean, appreciate you reaching out and getting me on here. It's been my pleasure and stuff like that. I'm happy to be on here, and hopefully next year it's a pretty smooth sailing, and maybe I can make something happen.